Greetings, everybody. It is November 3rd, which means it's Election Day, and Batista and I are just so excited for it. This video is not about today's election. Excuse me. I'm going to talk a little bit about an election that kind of changed things politically. Obviously, all of them do, but this kind of shook the world. 1998, the governor of Minnesota was decided, and the winner was none other than Jesse "The Body" Ventura. Wrestler, commentator, actor, mayor of Brooklyn Park, then turned governor of Minnesota. And what's interesting about Jesse Ventura and his victory was he was leading last in the polls. And both sides were kind of like, he's a joke, he's a wrestler, he's a meathead, whatever. And what he did was his campaign reached out and he said, if we're that much of a joke, let us in the debates. You know, there's one left, let us go in there. So they let him in because they figure how much damage could he do. Well, the fact of the matter is he became governor because what happened was he didn't attack the political candidates. What he did was he attacked the parties. So he's like, look, for 8 years we had, I think it was Republicans. You guys did this. Before that, the Democrats did this. He's a really interesting guy. He's also a very accomplished author. And one of the books that I read, I actually got to meet him in person, and I got a signed copy of Jesse Ventura's Marijuana Manifesto. This isn't a paid endorsement. Jesse, if you're watching, I'm just doing this because I'd say I love you, but you know we don't know each other that well. Maybe we get together for a drink. We see how it goes. But big fan of the book. Now, the premise of the book, I'm not going to give it all away, but basically it talks about how our government's, our country's relationship with marijuana isn't all that it's cracked up to be. It's a lot of misleading information. And right now here in my home state of New Jersey, we had a direct ballot question about the legalization of weed. There are many different avenues that you can go down and discuss the legalization of it, whether it be for the taxation purposes, lesser jail population. It costs about $40,000 a year to incarcerate somebody. There's the personal recreation aspect of it, the environmental aspect of it, and this book really does go down the road. Jesse's story about his thing with weed is his wife had developed a seizure disorder, and they had her on a couple different medications. They didn't work. Somebody had suggested medical marijuana. It really helped with the seizures, brought him down. I think he said that they were seizing 4 or 5 times a day, brought her down to 0. And now what's really interesting is she doesn't even use marijuana with THC in it. She uses just CBD. There's a very interesting long history of our country and marijuana. Why, you know, at one point there was no problem with it. Then in the 30s it became an issue. It's an interesting read. It's an interesting topic to go down. As far as tonight's election, folks, it's kind of like the ocean. You know, you got to deal with the tide, and we'll deal with the fallout tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. There's lots of interesting videos going around talking about the Electoral College, issues with the Electoral College. Should we still have it? Trump saying that he was going to declare victory at the end of tonight. Legally, he can't do that. If he wins and it's a clean win, then he wins. If Biden wins and it's a clean win, then it goes to him. We'll see how it goes. We've had some funky elections in the past, and we've gotten through it. We're Americans. We're tough. And, tough times make for tough people. And what I don't want anybody to do, don't freak out too much. Don't stress yourselves out. Hug your loved ones. Hug your kids. Hug your kitty cats or dogs if you're one of those weird dog people. Whatever. I'm not here to judge. But everybody have a great night. See you down the road.